In a time when cures were rare and hope seemed distant, amidst the crowd, a woman faced the weight of 12 long years of suffering. Imagine what it's like to live with an illness that no one can cure. Have you ever felt like there's no way out, like time is passing, and you're losing every opportunity to live fully? This woman, who is not identified by name, suffered from constant bleeding. She had sought help from doctors everywhere, but nothing had worked. On the contrary, her condition only worsened. Not only was she physically debilitated, but also emotionally, socially, and spiritually. She lived in isolation, impure in the eyes of society, without hope of change. Each day was a struggle, a burden she carried alone. But then something changed. She heard about Jesus, this man who healed the blind, the paralyzed, and cast out demons. She knew he was in the city, and at that moment, something ignited within her. She thought, if I only touch his clothes, I will be healed. I know this will work. The crowd was agitated, everyone trying to get closer to Jesus, but something extraordinary happened at that moment. With a simple touch, a touch of faith, without words, without shouts, she felt an instant transformation. The pain, the suffering, the weakness disappeared as if by magic. Something powerful happened. She knew, deep in her heart, that she was healed. But the miracle didn't stop there. Jesus, as if he knew exactly what had happened, stopped. He asked, "Who touched my clothes?" The crowd was in confusion. How could they know who touched Jesus if everyone was around him? But Jesus insisted. He wanted that woman to know that he knew, that he had felt her, that he wanted more than physical healing. He wanted her to have a complete transformation experience, not only in body, but also in spirit. The woman, trembling, knew she couldn't hide the truth. She approached Jesus and, with a heart full of emotion, confessed that it was she who had touched him. But what happened next was not a simple pardon or reprimand. No, what Jesus said was something that would change her life forever. He looked at her with compassion and said, "Daughter, your faith has healed you. Go in peace and be freed from this affliction." That simple touch, that act of faith, changed the woman's life forever. It wasn't just her body that was healed, but her soul, her dignity, and her identity. Jesus called her daughter, something so powerful that it restored her to social life, to the community, and above all, to her true essence. The healing didn't happen just because of the touch on her clothes, but because of the faith she had in Jesus, believing that he could make the impossible happen. And here is the great lesson of this story. Faith can transform the impossible into possible. Sometimes we feel like this woman, without strength, without options, but a simple touch of faith, an act of trust, can lead us to a miracle. God doesn't see the crowds. He sees you and knows exactly what you need. He wants you, like that woman, to feel the power of transformation and healing. So, what will your touch of faith be?